Hey everyone, this is Manly Badass Earl and welcome to Sakura Angels. Sakura Angels is a spiritual sequel to Sakura Spirits, and both have basically what you come to expect from this series. A clueless protag, two women appearing out of nowhere, and weird fun times. Every night, I have the same dream. Every night, I'm always brought back to this place without fail. And then every morning I'll wake up with no memory of this place at all until the next time I fall asleep. It's called waking up and going to sleep. Sometimes you dream, and sometimes you just get really depressed and you don't sleep at all and you just kind of roll around in there, and it's really upsetting. You may notice my main character is doing some kind of deep commentary about swimming in the abyss and sleep and stuff. All this stuff is complete bullshit. I mean, look at it. The concept of sound is just as absent as my steps silent and my distressed cries, swallowed by the bordering darkness as quickly as they had left my mouth. I'm in a bleak, barren wasteland of nothingness. Spending any prolonged amount of time here begins to make me doubt even my own existence. Yes, that's calling me asleep. Yet, despite feeling suffocated by a striking absence of anything, I'm not alone. I have my waifu. She watches me from the shadows. I take comfort in this, but it makes me real depressed, leading back to my original subject about, sometimes sleep is nothing but depression. Despite this dialogue sounding real weird, he's actually trying to make a point. And there's a pair of burning bright eyes fixated purely on him. They hate him. Despise him. There's an overwhelming sense of animosity radiating from whoever they belong to. I know they want nothing more than to lash out and attack me, but something is holding them back. A force they truly despise. Invisible chains that bind and restrict them from the one thing that is on their mind. These chains are called moe, and it makes the anime world run. You may notice I'm not reading this dialogue appropriately, in contrast to my previous preview. That's because I've been playing a lot of anime games like this lately, and they all start off very similar. And in the end we don't even care about this character's characterization. You're welcome to read it yourself if you take this very serious. But to sum it up, he really does not like to sleep. And there's a shadow watching him. And he's not just imagining it, it's probably a real shadow monster. I mean, seriously, it's gonna come out and eat him at any moment. He really likes describing things. Freezing air. Loneliness. Shadow people. He's not talking to anyone, and he feels like he has to describe every little detail. Something is different tonight. Those hateful, burning eyes I'd always kept just out of sight before. I'm suddenly confronted by them. Never before have they been so close. Never before have I stared straight back into them. Their narrow, piercing gaze roots me to the spot, and a shooting pain surges through me. I finally feel not lonely, even if I'm about to be eaten by a shadow person. And then, from out of the darkness, a crooked smile spreads, just as sinister as the eyes. You see, this shadow person isn't just a shadow person, it's probably also a persona. And when it comes out, it's gonna totally eat him. Ugh. My head is killing me. These morning migraines are the worst. It's like I had some kind of weird introspective dream where a shadow person or my persona threatened to kill me. Thump. Thump. Thump! It's almost like a heartbeat. I feel like my head is going to split open. It's weird though, because even though the pain is so intense, it never lasts long. In the space it takes me to get up and head for school, the pain is usually reduced to just a dull throb at the back of my skull by then. So, it isn't too much of a hassle in the grand scheme of things. I shouldn't go to the hospital and have it checked out. It might, it's definitely not a tumor or any other serious medical thing. Not at all, just weird shadows and headaches. Enough pondering these weird mysteries. It's time to tackle the day. After a moment of wrestling with my blanket, I swing my legs around and drag myself out of bed. A quick look at my bedside clock tells me it's still early. Too early. If I had it my way, the world wouldn't start until at least a good way into the afternoon. Amen, brother? But sadly, life just isn't that cack-o-y. What he's experiencing is the process called waking up and not being a morning person. It's very similar to being a vampire. You kind of notice the light coming in through your window if you have any. And you just kind of... You want to stop the light, but you're too tired to do anything. So you just hope it goes away. The sun just disappears, but it never does. It just gets brighter and brighter until you can't sleep anymore. Burns the eyes. Warms the skin. Then eventually, you burst out of bed, angry, confused, terrible looking, like some kind of Nosferatu. And you run, sprinting to the bathroom, searching desperately for a mirror, and then you realize you're a horrible monster. This is somewhat related to what he's talking about. I mean, he is getting ready in the mirror. Uneven steps carries me dangerously down the stairs, and I soon emerge into the kitchen. I'm greeted by silence. The kitchen is empty. A familiar scene for me. My parents are what you might call workaholics? Basically, they spend more time at their respective jobs being a productive person than I ever do here. I only ever get to catch them during the evening while we're eating, and then everyone is off to bed and the cycle repeats. It's very convenient, because it lets me get to antics when they're not home, which is like all the time. Plus side of them not being around is I quickly had to learn how to cook for myself. It's amazing how fast you can adapt to that sort of stuff when you're starving. That actually hits close to home. I don't think I have enough time for anything fancy to eat for breakfast, so I'll just settle for toast. You can never go wrong with toast, especially at the beginning of an anime moment. Okay, you might be able to go wrong with toast. You may light that toast on fire. You may burn the toast. You may send that toast flying out and causing a terrible toast accident. You can get sued from that. But I've learned from my mistakes now. It won't happen a third time. Then the house burned down from a terrible toast accident. Having devoured the only slightly charged toast, I sling my bag over my shoulder before starting for the front door. I give the empty house one last look over before opening the front door. It's kind of depressing to have no one to say goodbye to. But again, this has been the same for every weekday morning since forever ago. The sun is shining high in a cloudless sky. Birds are chirping overhead. Waves of students are passing by, happily chatting with one another as they all make their way to school, not chatting with me as I walk alone. Alone. Nothing but my backpack and a cheap smartphone that I could barely afford. Sometimes I look at that smartphone. Hope that everyone thinks I have a lot of friends, but it's not the case. But anyway, I'm not much of a morning person, so I can't even begin to fathom how everyone can be so bright-eyed and bushy-tailed right now. I mean, it's taking all my willpower just to be able to put a foot in front of the other without just crumpling to the ground. I might be being melodramatic. Nah, not at all. I just have to hope that breakfast kicks in, that one piece of toast, and gives me the energy I need before I'm forced to literally drag myself through the school gates. Literally. On context. Please. While keeping my head down and my eyes glued to the ground as I soldiered on, I suddenly noticed that the vibrant atmosphere from before is gone. Silence has completely taken over. My steps the only thing making any noise. The air is still. Huh. That's a bit strange. Bringing my head up, I'm met with an unsettling sight. The street is deserted. No students. No cars. And even the cheerful chirping of the birds is gone. It's like the TV ran out of budget to film this scene, so they got rid of all the extras and sets, and just picked some empty street and said, "There's no cars coming! Start filming!" I hurry on forward, hoping to at least run into somebody. Anyone. Even the sun's once golden rays seem muted, the world tinged in dreary tones. Looks pretty bright to me. But there still isn't a cloud in the... No! No! There's a million clouds up there! No! No! Oh, this visual novel is just stupid now. Okay, this is definitely starting to freak me out. I need to just... A splitting pain shoots through my head, stopping me in my tracks. Like a searing poker being thrust through my skull. A headache. Now. Nothing is making any sense, especially my commentary. Desperately trying to keep myself upright as I clutch a hand to my head, I stagger forwards. Unlike the headaches from before that gradually died down, this one only seems to be getting worse. It's like the more I overcomplicate all my descriptions, the worse this headache gets. Thump. Thump. Thump! It won't stop at all. I'm brought to my knees. I can hardly even think straight, my head threatening to explode at any moment. And then, through gritted teeth and a pained expression, I see it. Something that shouldn't exist. It clearly does, as confirmed by my own terrified eyes. A goat. A goat with 4 eyes. That's actually really common in fiction, when you deal like these things. A hulking, grotesque mass of flesh, with gnarled fangs and red, slitted eyes, seething with hate. I wish my persona was a lot sexier. It snorts with flared nostrils, something like steam being exhaled out. Given its tense stance and the fact it's blocking my way, I can only assume it's here for me. But why? What the hell is it? Is it pissed off because I overcomplicate things? Because I always keep talking to myself? Perhaps it's my inner thoughts come to rebel against me. They want to stop me before I overcomplicate anything else, before I start describing drinking at water fountains as some kind of great feat. It wants to end my life. There's only one thing I can do when presented with such odds, and that is to stand here and wait to make a choice. Of course. I don't know what the hell this thing is, or why it suddenly appeared before me, but I'm not going to let it take me down without a fight. Ignoring the pain that threatens to consume my skull, I straighten myself up and stare right back into the hateful eyes of the beast. And then, tightening a fist, I lash out like lightning, my fist connecting with its head cleanly with a solid impact. Take this, foul beast! Whammy! Okay, no. Bad idea. That did nothing. I realize I'm just some kind of high school student and I'm completely pathetic. In fact, it even looks even angrier than it did before now. All I've managed to do is bruise my own fist and break a few bones. I'm reeled back from my brutal attack, giving the fist in question a good shake. It still stings. Ow! Now what do I do? My blazing surprise attack did not act like what I see in the animes, and now I think I'm pretty screwed. This yeah, no, that was probably a mistake. I try to turn tail and begin running, but the beast kicks off to the ground straight towards me. There's nothing else I can do. I brace myself as best as I can for the inevitable bone-shattering impact. I try to get in one last descriptive thing before I die. Like someone's listening, like it matters in this world. Not before the beast can connect with me and bring my life to a grisly end. A dazzling, radiant light floods my vision, engulfing both me and the monster. The beast stops in its tracks, a guttural cry escaping it before it vaporizes before my eyes. What? What the hell just happened? There's no voices, but I can already tell this. If it was voice acted, this would be a very high-pitched voice. It'd be kind of annoying. And the description actually tells me exactly what it's going to be, and it is that. And it's not very welcoming, despite the description of the main character. It's probably ear-shattering. One of them is a ear-shattering voice, and the other one is some kind of a tsundere voice. Like she doesn't want to be here, but she has to and feels obligated. Exactly. It's not like I wanted to save you or anything. You're just the main character, that's all. It's not like you have any redeeming qualities or anything to make you stand out from anyone else, but I'll fall in love with you later. The light soon fades, revealing my saviors. Though this is definitely the last thing I was expecting. No, I actually totally expected it. I mean, once again, the Shadow Dragon goat things, you know, everything is coming out of woodwork. Two girls, if you know what I mean, roughly my age, stand before me. I blink several times before I strip up my eyes, hoping things might make a little more sense. This can't be real. I'm having more trouble believing these girls are actually standing before me than I did the monster. It's not like girls ever talk to me. Now two of them are before me, and they're in scantily clad magical girl outfits. What the heck was that? Do I get cool powers now? The more cheerful of the two simply says that to me, her stance relaxing some. Uh-huh? Was that supposed to explain everything? Yes. So does your outfit design give you more power or something? You know, you could have been a touch more subtle, I guess. Not that I'm complaining, you know, I'm a visual novel protagonist to be expected from me. My pride is hurt. No, I'm fine, but... I'm cut short by the more annoying one of the pair, whose expression had grown darker and darker as the cheerful one had spoken. Looking like she's unable to take any more, she exploded, causing both of us to jump. I don't think your image quietly slips back into the shadows. I mean, you could be standing in a crowd and be just like, where's Waldo? Oh, right there. I suppose depending on the location they could slip in.
I mean, like if there was an anime convention nearby or something. Or Akihabara. They just act like cosplayers. That they fit in. They'd actually be better camo than anything else. Okay, I can see logic here. I understand now. The upbeat girl brings her attention back to me. A sparkle in her eye. I was just being a loser, getting saved by you guys, and, you know, thinking about my life choices.
Wait. How do you know my name? She puts a hand to her mouth as if to try and take back the words. The question continues to pile up, and I still haven't gotten any answers. The serious one wraps her fist against the other's head, who sticks her tongue out into a sort of tee-hee, my bad kind of way. So you guys know me, and how great I am. And how I spent 4 paragraphs on just the subject of toast alone.
Oh. Oh.
Me. What the heck did I ever do to get so much attention? As far as I know, I'm just an average student.
Not really.
Who lives an average... not really. Doing average things, probably. Though after this, I guess I can't really call my life average anymore. Yeah.
Appreciate all our hard work.
She beams at me, leaning perhaps just a little bit too close. Aye. She's throwing so much at me here I can hardly think straight. Just who the heck are you guys? Except for being Maho shoujos, which are outdated now.
Monster girls are the new meta. I'm telling you. You had a thing going of Sakura spirit. Should've just rid it to the end.
Saying that, she gives her bow a flourish and it shatters between her fingers. Moments later, the shattered pieces of the bow begin to gather behind her, the shards piercing back together rapidly until finally they form a pair of wings on her back.
Did you guys just fly in? Did no one see you guys? Oh wait, they actually are angels. Oh.
Wait,
Are they literally angels?
let me get this straight. To start from the beginning, that thing attacked me, that monster you call those shadows. And these shadows have smoothly been hunting for me for a while now. Because apparently if they catch me, it'll be bad for unspecified reasons. And you guys, whoever you are, have been combining them to keep me safe from harm.
So have you guys been watching everything I do? Well, my player character, I guess.
These girls have lost it. Also the crazy stalkers.
When cosplay goes wrong. Listen to the story of 2 magical girl cosplayers who stalked one young man one day. What started as a simple play became serious and eventually led to murder. Tonight on CNN.
Yeah, you guys have lost it. She looks taken aback by my words. Maybe I'm being harsh, but it's the only real truth I can see here. Completely and utterly. I don't know if you're cosplayers or what, and I've just stumbled with some sort of wacky demonstration. But there's just no way this is real. It's the only conclusion my frazzled mind can come up with. She didn't really expect me to believe all that junk about them being my guardian angels, did she?
Ha! Now I feel smart. You guys can stay in your little fantasy world, but leave me out of it, okay? Says the guy playing a visual novel starring Guardian Angels and fan service. See ya. I really can't afford to listen to any more of their madness, so I try to shut them out as I continue to make some distance between us. Something catches the back of my collar and forces me to a stop, almost choking me in the process. Before I can even wonder what could have stopped me, the same rough force moves to my shoulder and forces me to spin around. I'm confronted by a scary face, belonging to the stern of the two girls, who had kept generally quiet up until now. Yes. Totally. Even if it's all truth, you probably are crazy, by the way. No offense, to be honest. She tightens her fist with a scowl, her knuckle giving off an unsettling crack. No, you see, this is all part of my plan. I act real mean to you, and this somehow raises your affection points. Then in the end, it all works out. She folds her arms and turns her head to the side. She really is an emotional one. The cheerful one stumbles as she dashes to get between us and flashes me an unapologetic smile. I know she didn't mean it. We've got to start with the sun, and eventually get to the deer. Ray. I'm not gonna argue with you. But at least I'm in a normal outfit. Just saying. No offense. To be honest. We started this early, it seems. Punching your friends is okay, as long as it's a comedic manner. Jeez, these two really are something. She really did seem serious about this whole thing, though. Maybe I was being a bit rash to just dismiss them as lunatics. Nah. I mean, yeah, see? He agrees. He still thinks her crazy, but they're telling the truth. We can make that distinction. You can be a magical girl, fighting monsters and being an angel, whatever, but don't mean you ain't crazy. By all chances, you probably are crazy, and I've seen plenty of magical Mahou Shoujo anime in my time, and they're always nuts. Especially in the modern era of grim-dark Mahou Shoujo. Somehow I don't like the sound of that. Actually I do, but I'm acting like I'm hesitant. See ya. She gives me a wink and wave before taking off in the other direction. Her less infused partner simply turns her head from me with one last "They're like I cared about Chewbacca" before falling after her. I'm soon left completely alone within the street, but just moments ago my entire world has been spun on its head. I Did all that just happen? Ah, jeez. All this will have to wait for later, though. I'm late for class, and I still got toast in my mouth. I break into a sprint as I try and make up the lost time, all the while hoping that I'll never run into those two again. So that's it for my preview of Sakura Angels. A game that's pretty much like Sakura Spirit, just a little bit of a different framing. And to give an idea of what kind of happens later, because there's a lot of dialogue before things kick up again and you're in school and stuff. But after that, it's kind of a... I'm gonna have a new term for this, a fan service roller coaster. And I call this a fan service roller coaster because unlike other visual novels or eroge, it's obviously very censored and pretty tame, and it's just designed for that kind of appeal and stuff. It's not designed to completely be erotic. It's just kind of cutesy and perverted kind of thing, and it works for what it is. But anyway, as you can see, as you proceed, things stay pretty consistent, and you eventually meet a villain. And her, like I said, design is pretty consistent with the others. That was not long after what I left off, so... There has some action at some point. Let's just say that. But anyway, there's not much else I can say about Sakura Angels that I haven't said about, let's say, like something like Sakura Spirit. It's on Steam. It's pretty cheap. I mean, if you want something that's kind of cutesy, fan-servicey thing like this, you really can't go wrong. And the biggest thing these games do is really, they set a kind of precedence for Steam. And it kind of starts small, like you had Sakura Spirit, you have a few other VNs, and you had some kind of very animish games, and they all did well on Steam. And now you see a whole bunch of them coming in. You have Unipop, or Honeypop rather. You have the Neptunia games. You have all these kind of very anime games and visual novels. You have more serious ones like Planetarian come to Steam. And now the kind of floodgates are just opening. And Steam has even said that uncensoring patches are okay. As long as, it's not within the base game and stuff and blah blah blah. So the market's changed quite a bit, and this is something that people used to joke about back in the day, but now it's actually a real thing that's here. And it's kind of funny, actually, but that's how it is. Anyway, so, thank you all for watching my preview of Sakura Angels. I'll see you guys later. Take it easy.